Hello, thank you. My name is Sophia Kataya, and this is my poster on Listeria monocytogenes in backyard poultry, a One Health approach. So for this poster, I'm really just talking about my internship experience and then what I've learned in this internship. So during the spring 2025, I conducted a One Health internship at the Animal Diagnostic Laboratory. I worked closely with Dr. Neal and Dr. Leidy, and to help understand avian health from a One Health perspective. One thing I wanted to focus on was how to help people with backyard poultry and how to help them understand zoonotic diseases and how to help them be better educated with One Health. So to understand the role, some of my goals were I wanted to understand the role of the backyard flock owners play in preventing zoonotic diseases and maintaining the health of their flock, including the importance of biosecurity. I write an article on a zoonotic disease pathogen, which was important for backyard flock owners to read on the PSU Extension website. How this applied to my education was that I am an undergraduate student studying veterinary and biomedical sciences with a minor in One Health. I'm very passionate about zoonotic diseases and their spread between animals and humans. And so I really wanted to just gain better insight as to what zoonotic diseases can be spread from animal to people. Especially where I'm from, there are a lot of people who own backyard flocks, so it was really important to me to help them understand some of the pathogens that their birds might carry. One of the things I chose to focus on for this presentation and this poster was Listeria monocytogenes. So many people think, and it's a fair assumption, but many individuals think that Listeria monocytogenes is spread through deli meats, which it is, and lettuces, especially in the grocery stores when you get like packaged meats that have been cooked and are left in fridges, or even when we see recalls on when we get recalls for like lettuce or different things for Listeria. But one thing many people might not know is that actually our poultry sometimes carry this pathogen, this bacteria. And so I've highlighted a couple of slides and pictures of specific cases of poultry with Listeria monocytogenes. So in figure A, we have circled in red areas of necrosis found on the heart due to Listeria monocytogenes in a backyard chicken. And so if you can see here, I've circled it, but this is a heart. And then on the white splotches are these examples of Listeria, like the necrotizing tissue that this Listeria has caused. Additionally, on figure B, we have an H&E stain, and this shows the multifocal necrotizing myocarditis due to Listeria monocytogenes. So this is healthy heart tissue, and then this is the necrotizing myocarditis on the cell. And then on these two figures, we have figure C, which shows a heart gram stain at 20x, and this shows clusters of gram-positive bacteria throughout the myocardium, which are just heart cells. And so you can see I've circled it here, but you can see different clusters of, especially like this is a heart cell, a bunch of heart cells, and then you have clusters of this listeriosis. And so I've circled it here. And additionally, right over here, you have the same thing. This is just a higher zoomed in image of this. And so you can see these gram-positive little rods forming. And so one thing I wanted to focus on was showing the human health risks behind Listeria monocytogenes. So I wanted to show individuals that this disease is transmitted through inhalation and ingestion or contamination through an open wound or just inhalation. Backyard flock owners who are most at risk are those who are older than 65, are pregnant, or are immunocompromised. So individuals who are backyard flock poultry owners should be wary of, what they're doing when they're cleaning the coop, when they're interacting with their chicken, when they're eating their eggs, how they're cooking them, if they're washed, certain things like that. And I'll get into more of that a little later. So Listeria monocytogenes is a gram-positive non-spore-forming bacteria that can be present on poultry and poultry products. It is a zoonotic disease and should concern those who own or regularly interact with chickens. Listeria monocytogenes lives in the intestinal tract of many healthy animals, including chickens, and it is shed during excess stress or illness. So maybe taking them to the vet or stressing them out a little bit by moving, like specifically if it's cold or season changes, feed changes, anything like that can really make them shed this bacteria more. This infection can manifest in two ways. There's an encephalitic form, and or a septicemic form. The clinical signs of the encephalitic form are neurologic signs that lead to incoordination, loss of appetite, and constant circling. The clinical signs of the septicemic form are diarrhea, anorexia, and depression. Other clinical signs can include head tilt, weakness, and decreased egg production. For backyard flocks, introduction of this bacteria can come from feeding chickens food commonly contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes like mixed greens, raw sprouts, deli meats, smoked fish, raw milk products, celery, and melons. And something that was really interesting, especially because during this internship, I was able to do necropsies with both Dr. Neal and Dr. Lighty on a lot of backyard flock chickens. I was able to see in the crop, which is a part of the chicken where food collects before it goes down into the proventriculus and the ventriculus, but you would see different things like sprouts or grains or different treats that owners have given their chickens. And so a major route of, contamination of this bacteria could be if a backyard flock owner treats their chicken to, a nice, melon or smoked fish or a raw sprout or, some extra scraps that they have lying around, and this could be an issue. So some prevention of Listeria monocytogenes is wash your hands after collecting eggs, after cleaning the coop, and after handling water and food containers. Keep poultry equipment outside. Keep a pair of shoes dedicated only to wear while handling poultry. Regularly clean the coop and collect eggs. Cook eggs to an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And so this is really important, especially because Listeria monocytogenes can pose such an extreme human health risk. So it is really important, especially, practice good biosecurity because you don't want to bring this bacteria in your home and expose your family members and other people to it. The key takeaway of this internship was this internship gave me the ability to connect my passion for veterinary medicine and One Health. I was able to practice good necropsy technique. I was able to recognize proper biosecurity from both backyard and commercial flocks, and I earned a deeper understanding of One Health and zoonotic diseases. Thank you.